Now that I have my first question done, I'm ready for my next one. And I'm going to put in a multiple button choice question. And it's going to come and be put currently between slide 4 and 5, which is the end of my last question and the end of my quiz. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to find the 3 plus answer question templates. And I'm going to choose this one, which is currently slide 16. So I'm just going to do a copy. Remember, you could do a Control-C, whatever you like, as long as you copy that slide. I'm going to come up to here, click between slide 4 and 5. I do a right click and then do a paste, and there is my question template. Now I need the answer template, so I'm going to come back down here and go to the 3 plus answer templates below. And remember, I can do both of these at the same time. I click on this slide and hold the Shift key down or the Control key and click on the next slide. I have both of those. This time I'm going to try a Control-C, which is a copy. I'm going to come back up to the question button template that I just put in. Now it's between 5 and 6 that I want to paste my answer templates for this. Just do a right click and a paste, and there's my answer templates. Now if you recall, you put in your question. Remember, it's either you type it in or you do a copy paste special. And here I've already got my question in here. And remember, you can adjust this text box, make it look better if you want, put it any position you would like it to be in. And when you do the buttons, just double click on the word text. And in this case, my first possible answer is going to be 5 gallons. But you just simply type it in and then click off. And in my example, I'm only going to want 4 of the buttons, so just remember, you just click on the button you don't want, hit the delete key, and it's gone. Or I could add a button by copying a button and pasting it and have a 6th button on here if I choose. And finally, what you'd want to do is set all your hyperlinks accordingly. Remember, on this one, there's the hyperlink for the back sheet graphic altogether. There's 2 text boxes here which have to be hyperlinked, and all 3 of these items have to be hyperlinked to the slide itself. So in this case it'd be slide 5. Then you'd hyperlink all these buttons to the correct answer. It happens to be 14 gallons is the correct answer in this case, so this button would have to be hyperlinked to slide 7, where all others would be linked to slide 6 in this case. Again, I have a tendency to like to put all my questions together and then do all the hyperlinks at one time. That way I have less of a chance of making an error. Finally, I'm going to show you one more example, and that is if I wanted to add a multiple choice question onto my thing that has text. So I'm going to come down to the 3 answer question templates, pick the one that is designed for text. I'm going to right click that and do a copy. Then I'm going to come up and find where the last question left off. It happens to be between slides 7 and 8 right now. I right click and I do a paste to get my answer or my question template set. Then I'm going to come down and I'm going to go to the response templates for the 3 answer ones, and I'm going to click on the incorrect, hold the Shift key down on the correct answer template, do a right click, do a copy, come back up, find the template, the question template I just put in right between 8 and 9. I'm going to right click, do a paste, and my responses are there. And finally, I know on this one I'm going to have 5 different choices, and I want each choice to have its own either correct or, in the case of the other 4, incorrect answer. So I'm going to come here to the incorrect one. I'm going to do a copy. Then I'm just going to keep pasting down the way. I'm going to paste a total of 4 incorrect answers. Now I have finished putting in all the possible choices and the answers or incorrect answers, but if you look at this page, the choice C kind of runs into choice D and it doesn't look very even. Remember, there's an easy way to take care of this. I would just simply highlight all of them together. Make sure you're on the Home tab over here. Go over to Arrange, pick Align, and then Distribute Vertically. And now you have a nice even setup between all of them. So now I'm going to do a little bit of house cleaning. I've got all the questions that I want. So I'm going to come down here and find that initial red slide. Now it's slide 15. I'm going to click on that and then go all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to hold the Shift key down and click the last slide. What that does is it highlights everything from the initial slide that I clicked on all the way to this slide. I'm going to hit delete. So now I have a nice clean quiz with only the slides that I want. Now I'm going to complete one final step before I'm ready to test my quiz, and that is to put in all the hyperlinks necessary on all the pages. Now, if you recall, when we put in this first question, we did put in the hyperlinks so I could demonstrate how that's done. But normally what I really like to do is put in all my questions and then insert all the hyperlinks at the end, so it's just one process after the other. But I'm going to go ahead and finish my quiz, put in all the hyperlinks, but I do want to point out that on this one where you're doing multiple choice questions, or I am, and I'm having a different answer for each one, I do have to link each text line to a different slide. Now this does take more work because on each of those slides you also have to correct the hyperlinks, but sometimes it's more effective to get your point across. Your final step before saving it as a PowerPoint show and putting it out for distribution, you want to make sure you've checked all your hyperlinks. So I'm going to go up to slide 1 and start the show and take a run through. So again, remember, I just click around all text boxes, all backgrounds until I get to where I want to go. Click here to start. Looks good. Click all text boxes, backgrounds. Then I'm going to go to the true answer, which is incorrect. Seems to be working fine. I'm clicking around. Repeat question brings me back there. I'm going to go back to the true because I want to go click here to continue. As I click there and I see my first problem. It goes click here to exit. It took me all the way to the back. Now if you recall, when we first put this together, we put in the hyperlinks to the first question, and that continue button from the incorrect went and hyperlinked to slide 5, which was currently the last slide in our quiz. So now I have to correct that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit escape and come back up to that particular slide, the one that says the incorrect answer, and I have to go here and go edit hyperlink, and now this hyperlink needs to go to slide 5, which is the next question that's supposed to follow. There I have it put in and uncorrected. Once you've checked all your hyperlinks and you're sure you're ready to go, just be sure you save this particular PowerPoint file. Then you're ready to save it as a PowerPoint show. You can choose what you want to call it and where you'd like to put it. Just save the file, and now you have not only the PowerPoint but the PowerPoint show, which you can then distribute for others to view. This ends our template review. I hope you enjoy using this template.